Oh, well, the chase is going well for Bangalore, isn't it? And Virat Kohli, geez, he is pumped. They're 87 for no loss at the end of 10. Remember, they're chasing 169. So it's fairly stacked towards them. Virat has already got his half century, got his 50 of 33. And Fab du Plessis giving him support on the other side. He's 29, not out of 25. Pommie, I tell you how pumped he is. He's giving us a ball-by-ball update of his emotions.
Yeah. Look, the guy's been through a tough time, and I suppose it's kind of well documented, and he's kind of had the tough time in front of everyone. So that is one thing that's going to get him a bit emotional. And at the best of times, I mean, when he's having the greatest time, when he's playing well, he's emotional then. So, with things kind of sort of returning and himself sort of trying to G himself into action, perhaps that's the explanation. There's certainly calmer runs we've seen him score. These ones are important, and they come at a critical time when he's got to give his side a chance.
Well, I tell you one thing, through Virat's innings today, there hasn't been a dull moment. You can accuse him of being streaky. He's had luck going his way, but there hasn't been a dull moment. But for Bangalore today, you're looking and saying, oh, maybe it's their day, because they've had a few bits of good luck going their way, which they haven't had going their way in some of the previous games.
Yeah, when teams don't go so well, or when things don't go so well, we tend to look at luck, don't we? Because there is that necessity to kind of say, oh, well, how lucky or how unlucky have we been? Those streaky shots that we normally would get, which when teams are playing well, they don't get that many, actually. It might be one or two, but others go out the middle of the bat, and whoever scores runs, and the way it goes. And yes, there'll be a drop catch here and there, but there are not too many incidents where the ball goes off the edge, or when you're not playing well, quite a few go off the edge and they smash into the stumps, or they go up and they get caught at slip, and they, and essentially that's the not playing well. But we tend to feel and think, and it's true to a large degree, that you do need some sort of luck as you sort of go through the game.
And they've had that today. Not only that, some errors. For example, just right now, Hardik close in, tries to pick up the ball to effect a quick run out, and the ball just slips out of his hand. You don't see somebody like Hardik Pandya do that. So it's interesting that when things start, kind of the tide starts turning against you, then it just keeps going that way. Bangalore will be hoping they do that, because they need to get these points. They really need to get these points. All right, let's have a look at the bowling card and see what the Gujarat bowlers have done so far. Let's have a quick look at that. You had Shami was expensive in the beginning, as was Hardik. Rashid, all of them. It's kind of been equal, though I feel like Sai Kishore has been the pick of the bowlers, especially that one ball to Virat. Classic left-arm spinner's delivery, just foxed Virat. You're wondering, on another day, it would have probably got the edge, or it would have just clipped the stump. But that was quite the delivery, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a magnificent ball. I like how he started. It's still early days. We'll make a summer, so you've got to watch to see what his temperament is, and how he goes, and just what his planning is like with regard to constructing his overs and his spells as he goes by. But it's a critical game, this, and it's a good test for him, because he's come into the side late. Every single outing that he has is essentially a bit of an audition, isn't it? And they'll be thinking about, do we want him? Can we use him? Will we use him when we play in that qualifier game to try and get into the final? And then from there, positive thinking, they win and they get into the final. That's what Gujarat would be thinking. So if he has another good outing here and he started decently, then they have him in their plans to use as they go forward as a weapon as well, because, the spin's going to be important.
I love that line, Pommie. One swallow does not make a summer. But to make Bangalore summer, they need to swallow these 2 points, don't they? And if they do, If they do, it's stacked in their favor because then Delhi's game day after tomorrow against Mumbai becomes like a quarterfinal for them, right? It becomes a qualifying game. If they win that, it's an eliminator because they win that, they go and take that fourth spot. If they lose it, then Bangalore takes that fourth spot. So I'm loving this. I'm loving it.
Nice. And what it does also, Gaurav, is instead of it being a no pressure game, I know you say quarterfinal. I mean, they're on 14 points, and essentially you just say, "Oh, just win and everything's fine," and you get through. It's entirely different when the other team has won, when suddenly, actually, if you don't win, you don't go through, because there is that case where if they don't win, they could still get through if you're the Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, if Bangalore loses today. Yeah.
Yeah. So we want it to go that way so that there's absolutely everything riding on the game, and the temperaments and, the mettle of all the players is tested in a cauldron.
Well, then we got to say sorry to our Cricbuzz brother, Ashish Nehra, because today we're rooting for Bangalore, where we have another Cricbuzz brother, Dinesh Karthik. So, hey, we've got some CB Live people just sprinkled all over this tournament, haven't we? All right. We're going to come after this game is over on Cricbuzz Live. A big thank you to Pommie for joining us on Cricbuzz Comm Box. That's all we have for you now.